Michele Bachmann is going to go on a radio program with Jay Sekulow, and she's going to tell us the threats that America faces. Pay attention to those threats. See if we can figure out what's wrong here.
When you're traveling, I know you're in South Carolina now, you're obviously in Iowa, you're up in New Hampshire. Are you hearing different things in these states? Is there different concerns? Is it all focusing on the economy right now?
No, I would say it's a unified message. What people recognize is that there's a fear that the United States is in an unstoppable decline. We see the rise of China, the rise of India, the rise of the Soviet Union.
The rise of the Soviet Union? Now, look, here's the thing. People can misspeak, right? It happens all the time. The problem is, for Michele Bachmann, it happens all the time. You know, it's John Wayne Gacy instead of John Wayne. She turns out this killer clown is from our hometown, not the cowboy actor. It turns out, you know, it's not Elvis's birthday, it's his death day. It turns out that it's not, you know, that Soviet Union is not on the rise. They stopped in 91, split into 15 countries. Who knew? The problem is, hey, listen, isn't there anyone on your staff that every once in a while pulls you aside and goes, hey, you know what? Why don't we check facts today? Right? So it's a pattern, and it's a disturbing pattern.
She's traveling backwards in time. That's what's happening. Death happens before birth for Elvis, and Soviet Union is rising instead of falling. She's, you know, next week she's going to be talking about the threat of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and damn that Archduke Ferdinand, he's a dictator.
Yeah, it demonstrates beautifully her political mindset, where it is. It is literally in the 1970s.
And moving backwards.
And literally, it's like that is that threat of like. I'm surprised she didn't start talking about the threat of North Vietnam and South Vietnam, and start talking about the domino
effect, like the way they flip up like that.
Yeah, I mean, right.
No, but you guys are onto something there. It's because I think that they were all trained back in the day when there was a Soviet Union. That's why Beck keeps going back to that. Rush Limbaugh keeps going back to that, because they were trained by, you know, whoever, you know, whether it was their dads, which is normal, you know, they learned political philosophy. Rush Limbaugh did from his dad, and his dad hated the communists. That's why they keep going back to the communists and the Maoists and the czars, political czars in the Soviet Union, because they got taught only one playbook. They don't know another playbook.
The KGB told you to say that.
And when she starts talking about the rise of China and the rise of India, it's because the companies the American companies that she presides over have farmed the jobs all out to those companies. So they're actually, in fact, working. They're her constituents who've given those jobs away. The rise of India, the rise of manufacturing jobs have left America because the companies have sent them there. I mean, so. The lack of understanding, the inability to connect the rise of India with the fact that the jobs were being sent out by American companies is so profoundly scary. I mean, I think that the fact that she can't remember whether Elvis was born or died on this, that's funny and goofy, but that shows a lack of understanding that's so profound about the economy, about people and their lives and their jobs and their futures. Like, that's unbelievable.
And she got her law degree from the first law school put together by Christian University, as you probably know. So,
that's right.
You know, she has a faith-based approach even to the law.
Right. She learned at Oral Roberts University. And then they switched names later.
Well, she should have gone to Bob Jones, because if she really wants a really good Christian law degree, you got to go.
She blew that one.
Oral Roberts.
But don't worry, she's traveling back in time, so you never know.